It's always a celebration here in New Orleans, and we are just outside of the Hoppin' French Quarter at the Caesars Superdome. Today, we've got an NFC South matchup between the Atlanta Falcons and the New Orleans Saints. Just about time to rock as Toe gets ready to meet leather. And we are underway from the Superdome. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. On play action, it's Brady. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Now Brady. Going right back to Beckham here, complete. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. The Saints at 12-3 now on the year. And I tell you, it has been a few months now since they tasted defeat. And they are without question the hottest. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, New Orleans. Personally, for him, a great opening drive. He had 3 catches, including the touchdown.
That felt like tremendous scouting, great film watching, and creating a game plan to start this off. Not only to get him involved, but to send a message to the defense. You get a lot to handle with this one.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Here we go, set.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. He rifles one that's intercepted. And the Saints are going to take possession of the football. So Charles already down 7-0 early. They opt to take a shot there on the first play of scrimmage, but that plan backfires.
That feels a little bit like last week's loss.
And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down at 17. Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. 17 yards on the pickup. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. Here's Brady to throw. And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's 4th down. Running for it. Here's Cook. And he will have the 1st down before he's tackled at the 12. They only needed a few inches, and they didn't get much more than that. But by about the width of a shoelace, they convert on 4th down. Now a play fake. Brady. He's going to be sacked. Back at the 23-yard line. Well, they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21. And he's going to hook up with his big tight end. Complete. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line. Here comes the 7th play now of this drive as this is 3rd and 10. Play action. Now it's Brady. And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Tom Brady with 2 first-quarter touchdown passes. And the Saints lead this now 13-0 here in the opening quarter of the ball game. After a break down the middle, and that'll make the score 14-0. The ball upright on the tee, and the Saints kick team booms it away. Taken at the 15, a short kick. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. Well, Charles, it's kind of gut check time. Look, I know it's early, first quarter, just their second drive of the game, but they've already thrown the interception, given up the score. You're down double digits. They got to figure out something and pretty quickly here.
No doubt about it. And when we look at that sideline, I'm sure you're observing the same thing I am. I don't like the body language at all. They look like they're in a state of stunned disbelief. So to me, we always talk about someone stepping up and making a big play. I think it would behoove them if multiple guys step up and make big plays right now. They need something positive to happen. They need for it to happen now.
That'll make it 4th down after a loss overall.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down. He finds his tight end, Goddard. That's complete. And he is going to lose yardage here. Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. He delivers another to Goddard, complete. Well, Charles, you think about this defense. This week in preparation, you couldn't hide the fact from them that they're facing a team that's lost 7 in a row. You just wonder if they prepared the same way they normally do.
Yeah, that's a great question, because normally that preparation goes into what you do well on defense. What is the best thing that you do going into a game? But in this case, you might want to take all the tendencies and throw them out the window. I would expect them to throw every trick play in the book right out of the gate in order to try and get something established and get things moving.
And he gets this to the 48, but no further. Well short of the line to gain. They're going to try and throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he is going to have a Falcons first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. A big pickup of 12 yards on 4th down to keep this drive from stalling. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. They go play action here on first down. And that incompletion breaks a string of 5 straight connections. But it's 2nd down. Well, these two teams, they met in New Orleans earlier in the year with the Saints coming out on top. So they'll be looking for the win here in New Orleans to complete the season sweep. And some room to maneuver. And a very determined run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 27. Good effort. Now a play fake here on first down. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Yeah, their back's up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
And he comes back with one complete. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line. And for the Saints here on 3rd down, an extra defensive back on the field. look to throw. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. And the Saints are going to have it here just past the 25.
And that's what we've seen from this defense all year long, because they've been so good at finding ways to take the football away. And they just gave us another example right here. A strong defense, that's something you're going to need to rely on come playoff time. And this crew has got one. There's no doubt about that, Brandon.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And they, if you just look at this game, Charles, on paper, they've got the edge, no doubt. They're hanging around the top of the NFC. On the other side, you got a squad that's towards the bottom of the NFC. But when we mentioned that to the coaches, they were having no part of it.
Yeah, and I like how you said when we mentioned it. In fact, I mentioned it, and I upset them a little bit, didn't I? Because they wanted no part of that one, and I was reminded, like a 5-year-old, this is the NFL. Any given Sunday, anything can happen. They are guarding against the upset.
So third down, and the Falcons going with a dime. 6 defensive backs. To throw, it's Brady. Pass complete on the out route to Beckham. And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33. Will go down as a gain of 6, and it'll be 4th down. They'll go for it. It's Brady. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And this is going to be intercepted. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. And the Falcons are going to take possession of the football. So the interception there. And Charles, I'd imagine that's something you can maybe live with in December, but not come January.
And I love how you make the distinction there. You're talking about regular season versus the postseason, the playoffs. Because these guys, they've already clinched a playoff spot, but they know, looking ahead, when they get into the postseason, they've got to take better care of the football, because turnovers in that situation, they really become bad.
And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. And the Saints are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line. A nightmare of a first half for them. That's now 3 interceptions. But Charles, with his talent, if anyone can shake this off and right the ship, it's him.
I agree, because you don't get to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league without developing some major mental toughness. So I expect him to go to the locker room at halftime, hit the reset button, and come out a new guy in half number 2.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Now this time, Brady will throw. He's going to rifle one deep left side. Oh, man, it's caught inside the 10. Touchdown, New Orleans. So 20-0 now pending the extra point, and this place is jumping.
Yeah, you can feel it, can't you? You can also see it. You're seeing people in the stands now, excited, happy, high-fiving each other, and expecting this game to continue to match.
The ball upright on the tee, and the Saints kick team booms it away. Taken at the 15, a short kick. And he'll be out of bounds across the 25. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked by Jeff Okudah. And the Saints are going to take possession of the football. Well, CD, when you mentioned earlier about spreading the ball around in this game, I don't think you mentioned the guys in the other uniform. With 4 interceptions here in the first half, and several different guys have picked him off.
Yeah, instead of analyzing what's going wrong with him, throwing the football, while we look at the defense, they came in prepared. An excellent game plan, well scouted, and they're taking it away at almost every turn.
To throw again on 2nd down. Brady. And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. The fourth touchdown pass of the game for Tom Brady. And the Saints continue to pull away here in this first half. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 28-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. A fairly short kick from the 14. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. So, Charles, the season winding down. The playoffs obviously not in their futures. They look ahead to the offseason. What spots do they maybe need to fill?
Well, I think that they like the guy who's calling the plays and throwing the ball. I think that he's a pretty good player. Needs some help, I think, on the perimeter, though. Help him out with receivers because I think if he gets an upgrade there, his play gets that much better, too.
Here we go.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And my goodness, another interception. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ballgame, I would have said never, not in a million years, but here we go. Brady's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Bobby Okereke in there to take him down on what will take us to the 2-minute warning. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. On play action, now Brady. And that is caught at the 10-yard line. And he's in for the score. And his spectacular season continues as he ties the NFL touchdown record.
He is phenomenal.
The extra point splits the Unbrooks. And that makes this 35-0. The ball upright on the tee, and the Saints kick team booms it away. Taken at the 15, a short kick. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, have your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time to lean on that leadership. On 3rd down, they're going to run for it here. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Rolling to his right. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And they're going to get this up to midfield. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. And now here is another interception. and he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. An excellent play there, CD, on the pick six. And I think were they a nickel? Did they have an extra DB out there?
Yeah, Brandon, I think they went standard nickel, not the buffalo, as teams like to call it, meaning 3 safeties for big nickel. They just want to take away the quarterback's throwing lanes, and that's exactly what they did. It came through the big-time pick six.
Now the extra point. And the route is on here in this first half. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17 as we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports halftime report. Take it away, Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. And he's going to get this across the 20 as he's out of bounds at the 23. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
On second down, they'll run it here. Takes this to the 27. Give him 4 yards.
Offense for their variety, being able to hit people with the run in the pass. But in this game, I love what we're seeing from the safeties. They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying.
And my goodness, another interception. And the Saints are going to take possession of the football. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. So after the INT, it's Brady. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
But defensively, you're over there trying to catch your breath and trying not to show the offense that you're a little bit fatigued. You're right back out there after the turnover. Now they've got to work towards getting another couple of stops and forcing them into at least a long field goal situation.
He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. Odell Beckham. That one's a milestone. Touchdown number 150 for his great career. And the Saints are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Point after right down the middle. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. A fairly short kick from the 14. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. Or win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles. But I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be 2nd down. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Off the RPO, he completes it. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
There's a nice pickup right there, and after watching that play, I'm thinking about all the lost opportunities that they've had so far in this game. But right now, just focus on continuing to move the ball the way they did on the last play.
Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
He's got a man, complete. Touchdown, Falcons. And CD, we have seen some great runs the last few times we've been together, but I think we can at least put this one in our top 5. That was a determined gallop there.
Yeah, and that's a run born out of ferociousness. He took on that initial contact, and in his mind just screamed, out of my way, and kept right on going and wound up turning it into a big play.
And you can see the distance traveled there after the initial contact on the next-gen stats. Atlanta's 11 ready to go, and they kick it away. This taken in at the goal line. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. Still comfortably on top, third quarter as they start things here with a 1st and 10. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by Bobby Okereke. And the Falcons are going to take possession of the football. Suddenly it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here.
3-3. Man. Drill, 52. Field, black.
They'll drop to throw. And now here's another interception. Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. Past the 20. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, what has been a fantastic game for this defense has been rough for this offense. And certainly a signal caller, Charles, that's throwing all these interceptions. Another one there, and this one taken all the way back for the score.
Partner over there with a nice little spot in the post-game highlights to show this run of interceptions and great plays this game has made. They've been on it from snap one.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. A fairly short kick from the 14. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. It's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. A turnover on the last drive. They had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
It's a gain of 6. First down, Falcons.
He'll drop to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. He's got a man complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. On play action, they'll throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And outbounds right around the 20. 3 quarters have come and gone. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Working with a 2nd and 4. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. The offense on 3rd down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. And this is caught for a Falcon touchdown. A great effort there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Falcons get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit. Extra point right down the middle as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. We'll see a return here from the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And they just continue to roll right along, really. This has the looks of yet another victory as they hope to polish it off here in quarter number 4. It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on first down to set them back on second. Throwing on second and long. Brady. And this one caught by Travis Kelce. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
Well, partner, that's how you make a long drive suddenly not so long anymore. One big play, and they're already in field goal range with designs on getting more than that.
Into the red zone, it's Brady. Eluding the pressure right. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up second down.
Well, at this juncture, CD, you normally see teams pack in the passing game. They've got the huge lead. Not them, though. They're still taking their shots.
I remember reading in past history there was a college football.
And Brady going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Xavier McKinney. And the Falcons are going to take possession here as they've got it at their own 4-yard line. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And able to get it across the 10 to the 15. Now they have a little more space to maneuver from the 15, 1st and 10. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Rolling to his left. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And from the 15, they're able to work this up to the 20 for a pickup of a handful. Back to throw again. Hit as he throws there, incomplete. Well, we just saw there, that's really been a common theme all afternoon.
A lot of pressure that pulls the air pass. He's been under duress this entire afternoon. He just had to unload that when he's fortunate. It was just incomplete and not intercepted.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete pass that we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game. And that was a big talk, both in his town and amongst his team. How do we get the passing game going? So big credit to them holding them under 200 today.
And some room to work. And he is finally forced out of bounds inside the 30-yard line. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Under 4 to go now as they come up on 2nd down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. 9th play coming up here on this drive. This is 3rd and a yard. They'll look to throw again. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages. Going
quickly out to the right side. And he is going to have a Falcons 1st down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. Again, he'll drop to throw. Touchdown, Falcons! A great play there. His 21st touchdown of the season. And the Falcons go coast to coast and finish the drive off with 6 points. Extra point splits the uprights as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. Atlanta's 11 ready to go, and they kick it away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. This has really just been a lopsided affair. What a performance they put on, and now they get the football back here with a big lead in the 4th quarter. You know, in the past, we might be discussing dinner plans, talking about steak and sushi, whatever the case is, CD. This ball game is pretty much run on the books.
Yeah, we were going to start bringing up dinner a long time ago if we wanted to, partner. And I think a few of the guys out in the field already making plans for the evening.
From the 30 on 2nd down. Brady, complete. The tight end, Kelsey. Finding room at midfield. Big strides. Look at him go. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Well, that's pretty impressive, Charles. It's one thing to be an elite speed wide receiver and have all that yards after the catch into the end zone, but from your tight end?
Yeah, you don't get that very often. What you're describing is more like a Tyreek Hill, a Devontae Adams, and Antonio Brown. You're not talking about a guy that lines up or can line up in line and look like an extra tackle on running plays. He took that bad boy downfield just like he was a scat back.
Before the game, he told me, I'm going to have a zinger or 2 today. And I was like, oh, a zinger or 2? I guess that's a zinger, right?
That's a zinger.
Here's a give up the middle. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. 94 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns. But guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. And my goodness, another interception. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Yet another mistake after the interception there. And gosh, you look up at the scoreboard, they just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter. And they'll get him down up past the 15. Brady going to throw here. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Xavier McKinney. And the Falcons are going to take possession of the football. On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late. But he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man. They'll try and throw for it. And this is caught, so they do get the 2. Still a very large deficit, but maybe something to feel a little better about. So it would no doubt be a miracle comeback from here, but let's see what they can do starting with the onside kick. And the Saints hands team able to rein this one in. Now they're down big here in the fourth. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
He's got his man. It's the tight end, Brevin Jordan. A solid stiff arm. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards. There's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Now Brady. Quick hitter here. It's complete. It's so close. He gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total. They probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. They'll run with Cook, and they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Well, this is long since over, and some might see this as overkill, but remember, this is a team that puts on the hard hats, grabs the lunch pail, and tells everyone, we're going to give you a full 60 minutes, and that's exactly how they're playing this one out.
Point after, right down the middle. And this one was over the line, and it was in his hand into that big lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. A fairly short kick from the 14. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. And now here is another interception. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, this one was already ugly, and now it's just kind of becoming a feast on the defensive side of the football.
Yeah, partner, this is a unit that knows they've got this game in the bag with this huge lead, and it's going to drive the coaches crazy because they're telling them play it straight, do all the right things. But these guys are going to be free rolling down. They're going to take chances, and that one pays off with an INT and a return for 6.
And a good job here by the Falcons. Their hands team able to recover it. Fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it.
And the Saints pressure gets it. Brought down for a sack. David Ojabo running in to take him down. But as this defense walks off the field,